Well, hello again, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. We're going for a threefer as far as live streams. So real quick, I want to spend a few minutes off the bat addressing the elephant in the room. So Andre and I just got out of a very productive meeting with people from, so we have obviously our channel, the THB channel, and Khmer's channel. And we had a very, very good, very productive discussion and aired a lot of things out. And I just want to say off the bat, I am sorry, and I apologize for my role and the little bit of a feud between both channels that happened. There's a lot of common interests between both channels. There's a lot of knowledgeable people in both channels, and really everything was all a misunderstanding. That if we kind of follow the lineage of what happened, it all started when Blake Downer, who's our podcast co-host, went on to Khmer's channel and started talking about ways to hedge Tesla. And he was misunderstood by some of the admins in that channel. I guess they felt he didn't introduce himself properly and stuff like that. And so he got banned. But we can work it all out. I think he'll be able to be unbanned. And, he can definitely go in there and give some helpful tips on how to hedge YieldMax and whatnot. So then, as a result of that, we kind of had a series of events that spiraled out of control a little bit. So after he got banned, and some things got said about that I had disrespected Jay, which I didn't do at all, and that was a misunderstanding. And then we ended up doing a portfolio review, and things kind of got out of control from there. And it's really, really, I would say, all a misunderstanding. And, I regret the role I played in it. And definitely after the conversation we had on another Discord, I definitely think everything can be worked out. What really hurt me the most of everything is that there's a couple of my former people, well, I guess one's still in there, but just the way that they basically talked about me in that Discord was a little bit hurtful. I thought it was uncalled for, some of the things they said and whatnot. But I have a pretty thick skin, and the things they said definitely motivate me further. Other than that, I really think everything can be worked out. So let's see here. We've got a few of you on. Dissector says, do you like NFLY? We're going to go over it. There you are again, Andre. Do you want to hop on too? You can hop on if you want. You can tell everybody about the conversation we just got out of with them. Yeah, we did. There's a lot of knowledge in that Discord. A lot, from the top down. There's a lot of experience and knowledge. Okay, so I'm going to send Andre the link. He's going to hop on here, and this will be good because we can do a little counterpoint here on this fund, StreamYard.com. Here we go. And I'm going to post this because any of you that want to join are more than welcome to join. I'm honestly, I probably should have been asleep by now, but I'm wired from all the activity today. I haven't just had YouTube drama, but I've had family drama as well. It's just everything has kind of hit the fan today, and yesterday. So I am about as wired as I can be right now. It's like almost 3 o'clock in the morning here, and I'm still going. But anyway, so yeah, we're rolling. Welcome. We got some OGs on here. Yeah, he'll tell you about it too. But anyway, I guess we will, as they say, call a truce between the channels. We're going to be able to work everything out. And I think both channels, we definitely share a similar audience, and, we'll be able to have a productive future going forward. I definitely look forward to that. So again, apologies for any misunderstandings that happened as a result of me. One of the admins did tell me something. We had talked about doing a collab early on. And as I like to reiterate, I have a very dry sense of humor. So when a channel just starts on YouTube, and I've had a lot of these, like there's been a channel with like 500 subscribers that I've invited on, but I make a joke sometimes. I'm like, oh, you're the smaller channel. I don't want to, I can't go on there, but that's just a joke. That's my humor. And I realize, when things don't get talked out, things often get misunderstood. And it's a shame, I guess, in today's world that we can't just talk things out, that we resort to text, sometimes name calling between people, particularly, a couple of my former fans. we resort to some of those kind of schoolyard tactics instead of just talking things out, sort of the old school way, as they say. Anyway, okay, well, there's the link. If any of you want to join, let's see. So for now, I'm going to continue on with the video. Just wanted to, like I say, air out the elephant in the room. Oh, there's Andre. Actually, you know what? Now that he's joining, hey, how's it going? So I was just telling the audience about the meeting we just got out of. And, then I'm going to do a live stream about the NFLY, the Netflix fund. So did you have any other observations on the meeting?
Yeah, what I do like is the difference in how they thought and why we kind of came off a little bit aggressive or seemed aggressive.
It was all really a misunderstanding, I think. The only real regret I have at this point is how, like I said, some of my former fans that are on that Discord, the way they, talked about me and stuff. But otherwise, everything's mendable. I would say everything's fixable.
I mean, I just the only issue I have is, like, if you're going to be on YouTube, you have to be scrutinized by. It's going to happen sometime as you grow.
Yeah.
So
right.
When they were telling us that we need permission, I'm like, it's YouTube. You don't need anyone's permission. You can react to anyone's video.
Right.
We're on YouTube for this main reason, to have this conversation.
Right. Yeah, I think things kind of spiraled. Once Blake got banned and stuff like that, things kind of spiraled. But they'll get it fixed. We'll get it all worked out.
I mean, if we can do a group video with Kumair on, I would love that. Like, I've sent him messages, but I haven't got anything back.
Well, we had talked about that before, and like you heard the one admin guy just said it was kind of a misunderstanding because I cracked a joke about sub count, and that's just my dry sense of humor. But anyway, so what I was going to do for the audience today, and you can pull up some charts if you want to. We're going to look at the Netflix YieldMax fund.
Netflix YieldMax. I've not seen that in a while.
Yeah, I'm looking at the different ones other than just Tesla. But obviously, Netflix has been coming back a lot, just the stock itself. So what I've been starting to do on here, I'm looking at each YieldMax fund, the underlying stock, and then the YieldMax fund itself, because the dividends are based on the premium they can collect, which are based on how the stock moves. So I'm going to go to Yahoo Finance now and just pull up Netflix stock, and then you can probably just give us your opinion on it too.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm bringing up the ticker fine. For Nestle.
Yeah,
not Nestle. It's
through Netflix. Yeah, I'm going to walk them through Netflix here. Wow, today was a fun day. a lot of misunderstanding across the board. Anyway, all right, so here's Netflix stock. So we're at 575.79. So Netflix has actually rebounded a lot from, I guess you would call it, the crash. I think we're actually at new highs, if I'm not mistaken, as soon as this thing goes to the 5-year view.
I got the chart open right now.
Okay. Oh, no, actually, it's not. So 690 was the prior high. So in October 21, we crashed from the prior high of 690 all the way down to 190. And June of 2022 would have actually been a great buying point for Netflix stock, because we shot up by June of next year. We were at 440, pulled back a little bit. Then we pulled all the way up to 576, which we're at today. Just as far as year to date. So I think they just beat earnings when they reported them last week. And that had a surge from 490 all the way to 560. And we're still rolling from there. As far as quarterly earnings, so let's see, in here they actually missed it, but I guess that's strange. So they beat 3 quarters, missed 1, and then the next quarter they've got it projected way up here. So that's going to be tough for them to meet. But anyway, I'm also going through the audience. I'm going through the statements and all that. This time I'll just start with the cash flow statement.
Wow.
I've been looking at the income statement and whatnot. As far as cash flow, hang on. Okay, so, this is good. This is the first company I've looked at this year that actually has their 2023 posted. So check this out. So this site drives me nuts. All right. So operating cash flow has increased substantially. Investing cash
Wow.
flow was negative for 2 years, positive in 2023. Financing cash flow was horrible actually in 2023. But as far as free cash flow, we really crushed it with Netflix in 2023. I mean, we've gone from 2020, and this was a good pandemic stop. 2020, we were pretty good, but then 2021 it had a negative, and this is where they were starting to say, "Oh, the Netflix model might be dying and whatnot." But then we rebounded in 2022 and really had a record year in terms of free cash flow in 2023. I'm going to skip the balance sheet. Actually, now I'll pull it up in a minute, but I'm just going to pivot to the income statement here real quick. As far as total revenue, so they keep growing every year. Cost of revenue has gone up that much. Gross profits, gross margins, and all that look pretty good. And then let's see, EBITDA looks pretty solid as well. So we'll just skim over that at a high level, and then I'm gonna do really quick the balance sheet, and then you can give your opinion on Netflix as soon as I get through the balance sheet here. Just gonna skim over real quick. So yeah, we've got assets, liabilities, equity. Again, those are supposed to equal. Number of shares, tangible. Oh, look at this. Tangible book value is showing a negative. I'll have to look that up, what a negative number means there. Anyway, okay, so what are you seeing with Netflix based on the chart?
This is one thing I found kind of interesting about Netflix. What do actors get paid? Like, if you want to be, how much do they get paid?
Well, they just came out of that Screenwriters Guild, the strike, didn't they? The strike.
Yeah, that's actually a good thing to put on there, because I was looking at like what are their average salaries, or how much they get paid for their if you have a show on there. Because they've been doing very, very good as a few months ago.
Yeah,
I mean, really, really good. And have they been increasing salaries, or I don't even know how they pay their actors, but.
Oh, for the Netflix directly, the actors that star in like the direct Netflix shows, I'm not even sure. Seeking Alpha, I know Seeking Alpha is better. I'm working on my affiliate link. Andre, did you hear back from them on the affiliate link, by the way? Because I actually, oh, you're muted. You're muted. Something happened to your sound. Can everybody hear me? I'm not sure what happened to the sound. Hey, someone in the comments, tell me, is there an issue with the sound?
Okay, what about now?
There must have been, you hear me fine?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay, you couldn't hear me before?
I mean, I couldn't hear.
Okay,
maybe it was just my end.
With the sound. Okay, good. All right. So, yeah, I'm not sure how the actors get paid, but anyway, as far as Seeking Alpha, somebody just pointed out that it's better. Seeking Alpha is better than Yahoo. I know that. I'm still going through the process of getting the affiliate link and all that. I had sitting in my email for like a week. I had the response from them. So I don't know if you got a response from them too, but I got mine. I just answered them back today. Oh, that's good. All right, the sounds are good. Perfect. Technology's been playing a lot of tricks on me lately.
Actually, yeah, especially today. I think man, I would agree with you. Today has been crazy social media day. I think we've been online maybe like 5 hours, 6 hours today.
Yeah.
That's what a YouTuber job is, right?
Well, we got the brunt of it. At least me. You see how nasty people can be online.
Yeah.
Even some of my former people.
I just wonder. I mean, I wish somebody would review. If someone reviewed my channel the same way, I would. This is awesome.
Yeah. Oh, it's exposure for sure.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I got the chart up right now.
Netflix here. But okay.
What I like, I mean, so for me, I did not have any exposure to this. I didn't trade it. I didn't make any money from it. Seeing like hindsight wise, like catching this bottom will be really, I think, would be really difficult. I don't think many people caught this bottom, but maybe the second bottom.
What was the date on the bottom there?
May. It's like May to April
2022
to July.
in
2022.
2022.
Now, that bottom right there has how it built up this. I think if it was me trading this and I was trying to get into a long term, I would probably get off this zone right here from here to here. Not to cherry pick, say I'm like the best trader, but as long as I see other buyers are getting in, this will be the zone. But I mean, this is so bullish that it will probably hit its all-time high again. Pretty easily.
Definitely. It definitely will. It's going to surpass it too.
And with this momentum, like you really don't even need to do technical analysis or break down the chart to know that it's possibly going to break this high pretty easily.
Right. So that run up, I mean, for a leap option would have been like prime real estate for a leap option. Would have made a fortune in that run up, especially those straight lines like that. That was a classic like earnings blast scenario. The straight line at the end of the chart there.
Oh wow, this is relatively new. The NFLY.
Right. It just went public, so it's paying like a 50% dividend 50%. Annualized. And every time the underlying has a big run up like that, that's how they harvest more premium and are able to pay a better dividend.
I mean, I can see how they gapped up right there. It makes sense. The gap up makes sense right here. We're on the daily. Let's go back to the daily here and get off the weekly. So, I mean, obviously the gains were in Netflix. If you're in Netflix, you would have done better than being in NFLY. But I think the yield is pretty good, though. Like, I mean, ideally, if both assets keep going up, and you're at a really good bottom, like let's say you're at 17, or luckily 13. So say you're from 14 to 17.
Yeah,
those are some solid entries. Would I continuously buy? You know, yeah. You know what? I don't see too much problem with it, as long as it keeps on trending up and you don't mess up your entries. Like do a weighted entry. If you had like $100, for example, I would have like $50 sit, like $50 to $75 sitting in this zone, and the rest of it would be like 25. And then after that, I wouldn't even enter anymore, because now you're in like losing territory. Because I don't know if Netflix will have a slight rejection, and how NFLY would react to it. The rejection, I mean, it could be quite substantial. You're talking about like $600, $700 per share. So even a 10% rejection.
Yeah, to this comment really quick. He has a point, but we're looking at the technicals on Netflix stock right now. I would invest in both right now, but the stock, I think, it would have been nice to get in like a year ago. But yeah, I mean, I get your point, but we're looking at both. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the screen back and then look at the dividend real quick. What they've paid.
They pay dividends? Oh wow.
Well, not the stock. I'm talking about the YieldMax, the NFLY. So here's NFLY. Here's what we're trading at right now at 1967. This has been out since August 8th. So there's more good news in these last few funds I've looked at, because unlike Tesla, if you had bought in, you're really not that far down. You're basically flat. We really peaked at $20.13, but the bottom that we saw was October 18th. Again, I keep referring to this as the Halloween lows, right around that time. So it was $15. So if you had gotten in at $15 here, you would have made a nice $4.67 gain as of present day. And we see the run up here, and then a little bit of a pullback here, a run up here, and then we see a solid run up. So I think the dividend for this month, which we'll find out the first week of February, this dividend is actually going to be really good, I think. So if I go to historical data, and then I look at dividends only. Let's see, dividends only.
Oh, wow.
So we've got, it didn't come up. Oh, let's try again. This MacBook's about to croak on me. Technology. All right, let's try. Dividends only. Come on. Okay, so we've paid out our 5th dividend. We're about to have our 6th dividend. So each dividend, I don't know why this keeps refreshing. All right. So the last 2 dividends, because we saw the biggest run up in the underlying over the last couple months, we had almost 80-cent dividends. So
Wow.
annualized, that's, let's see, 79.6 times
Crazy.
12, 955 divided by, so it is about a 50%, 1967. That's a 50% yield. And then, yeah. So, and I think honestly, it's probably going to be higher this upcoming month. So anyway,
yeah, I mean, they
what I
paid
wanted to
out
do with that.
$3 and like $3.04 just in dividends.
Yeah. If we
I would
add
say
them all up.
it's based on the trend, and the trend is your friend. So, like, I'm not maybe not the biggest YieldMax fan, but this is not bad. Long as
Yeah.
this continues on, and Netflix. I mean, I think the only issue would be once Netflix breaks into those previous highs, those all-time record highs. Most likely, it's going to break through. Maybe do like some consolidation, like a small pullback. You know,
Yeah.
people are going to take profits, and
Yeah.
I think the big money's going to take profits and then re-enter if it continues up higher.
Yep.
And then if it hits into like the 800s, 900s, I mean,
oh, we'll have a huge year in terms, and that's
yeah.
what I think could happen, especially when the Fed starts to cut rates, if they do.
It's gonna be very interesting.
Yeah.
Think about like a 3 to 4% day at an $800 stock. Like that's gonna be huge moves. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
800 times 0.03, 24 to like $40 a day, just moving. That's gonna be a lot.
It's incredible. Yeah. Anyway, that's about all I wanted to cover on that one. Just wanted to do like a 20-minute video. So, yeah, Netflix is looking good for this year.
Yeah, actually, let me put a timestamp in here
Okay.
so to make sure I don't mess up. I've been doing that every time I get onto charts. I'll put like I looked at this chart here, like we did with TSLY, and it's like all the way down.
Go back and then
Let me see. Let me put that in here as text.
Yep.
And just to make sure I looked at it. Don't get me wrong. I love Andre's thinking and work.
Yeah. No, he was saying you look more at the trading side. I look at the income side, but no, both perspectives are important.
Yeah.
So you'll go back in like 6 months and look at this.
It takes the 30th. It's late. Yeah, I was like, in some stocks, like when I put it on my list of like things to invest in, I miss out on some things because it's impossible to get everything at once.
Yeah.
30, 2024, and we looked at it at this price.
Yep. Anyway, so as far as the video, that's about all I had. I'm gonna end the stream. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Subscribe to both of our channels if you haven't already. Also, the Brewing Great Returns podcast. Subscribe there if you haven't already. And we both have Discords now too. So when the video posts, I'll put both Discord links and the links to the channels in the description. So thank you all for tuning in. Have a good night. We'll see you all soon. Take care.
Stop sharing.